What's up, heavy metal listeners? This is Mischief Madness, and thank you for hanging out with me in the world of madness this Friday. I'm really excited to have you guys listening here today, and we have a very special guest here with us on the air. We have Lord of War, and they recently released Suffer earlier this month on July 8th. The music takes its listeners to a dark realm, infusing elements of science fiction, brutality, and horror. Abducting listeners off-world, Suffer delivers over 45 minutes of unearthly aggression, seamlessly intertwining engaging technicality, relentless viciousness, and deadly precision. So I'm really excited to announce that I have members, Alexx and Dan from Lord of War. So thank you so much for being on the World of Madness today, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thank you.
Awesome. So, one thing that I read about Lord of War is that there's something in your music that appeals to everybody. So, I wanted you guys to elaborate that for the fans a little bit. What is it about your music that, just appeals to a lot of people, and which has not inspired, but, you guys have recently signed with Unique Leader Records, and, for those who don't know, these guys are blowing up. So I'm really excited. So what is it about your music that is just catching on?
No, it's a really good question. Do you have any thoughts on that? Yeah, just something that we wanted to do was from personal experience. Like, we kept seeing lots of bands, like, they're not really doing much live. They're really more focused on, like, playing their instruments instead of having fun. And we didn't want to do that. And a lot of the bands that we looked up to back in the day, Black Dahlia Murder, super catchy, fun riffs and stuff like that. We're like, how do we get back to that? Like, how do we get back to having fun on stage? And playing memorable stuff that people can take home with them, like be humming in the car on the way home. Not exactly Disney radio, but like, oh, hey, there's like that riff, I can't get it out of my head. And so we just kept doing that over and over again with each song, trying to get something that was sticking people's heads. And so far, that's exactly what people are saying. Like, I can't stop listening to this track or this track. So yeah. And the other thing, as far as something for everyone, is we were thinking with all the founders that are out there, people like, there's a lot of elitism in metal and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, I only like this type of metal, or I only like this, fuck everything else. And we're not like that at all. Like, we like it all. If it's good music, it's good music. So that's kind of like where you'll hear a lot of different elements of subgenres or whatever, in this album.
Yeah.
Kind of what we're going for.
Rad. And, speaking of having fun, you guys definitely do know how to have fun. I saw this video where you guys, it was like the production of Suffer. You guys were in the studio, and it was hilarious because it included White Castle burgers, Halloween masks, and dancing to Eiffel 65.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, you recognize that. Hell yeah. With a Predator mask. No. Yeah.
With the Predator mask, and what was the other one? There was one other mask you guys were wearing.
There's like Hellraiser keeps making an appearance. We have this mask we call the Crippler mask.
What's that?
Yeah, there's a couple masks. Yeah. Yeah, you can't be serious all the time, like, we just, you gotta have fun. Yeah, you gotta get weird. And, yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. And so, you also had really amazing talent helping you with the production of this album, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, big time. Yeah, we could not have done it without those guys. And it's funny, we didn't think they even want to work with us. And then they were like, we're hearing it. Let's make an album. That's the story how that all came to be, which, God, we could tell, like, there's tales. Yeah, there's tales of, basically, we were going to record with somebody else. Sorry.
No worries.
And it didn't work out with that person, that we were going to, I think we were just going to do, like, an EP or something like that. We just wanted to record some songs that were decent quality. And then we're like, we should hit up Daniel Castleman at Lampeson Studios in the same hometown. We thought it'd be easy. Yeah, we're like,
he's worked with...
Like, he'll never write us back. Yeah, he'll never write us back. He wrote us back, like, immediately. He was super cool. Yeah.
He's worked with bands like Killswitch Engage, As I Lay Dying, Carnifex, Winds of Plague, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's all band. Yeah, he's amazing.
Nice. It was mastered by I don't know how to say the name, Maya Lagunis.
Sorry, Maya. Sorry, Maya. Yeah.
Who's worked with Whitechapel and Aegeon.
Yeah. He's done a few bands out in San Diego. That's where he's based out of. I know Whitechapel being from there. Yeah, they did their like debut album with them, and then they did that self-title that really killed. So when we heard that, we were like, that's huge mastering. Let's go with that. Yeah, he got that sound that huge sound that we were looking for. Like we talked about that extensively, like how we were going to accomplish that, how do bands get that. And then we got the connection from Maya, and it just worked out. Again, another great person to work with. He was very easy to communicate with, and it was a great experience. Also, Kelly, that's a story how that all came to be too. Because we did start it.
Kelly Cairns? Kelly Cairns?
Yeah. He's a great friend of ours now, and just how we met him though, just because it was him, with that whole thing, him going to jail. We're not sure how many people are aware of that. Like, we recorded at Tim from Adelaide High. We started there, studio, and when the whole fiasco of him going to jail blew up, we got kicked out of the studio. Yeah, so we had to stop tracking in the middle of a record and go somewhere else to track. So that's how we met Kelly, and he had done Molly Thompson. So that's how we got to connect with Nick Arthur as well.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And it worked out for the best. It gave us more time. I mean, it's a late thing. But extensively, yeah. But it gave us time to write the music that we have now. If it wasn't for that, situation, we wouldn't have came up with the songs that are on the album. So it's weird how shit works out, but I guess it kind of happened for the right reason.
Wow, that's really cool. So, I mean, it's great when things start falling into place, and it's like the universe is giving you a sign almost. It's like it's telling you that you're going in the right direction. I want to know about how, like, when you guys got together. You guys came together in 2011, and you were discovered basically by the public, and you guys, gained notoriety. Then Unique Leader Records discovered you and then signed you. And, you released Celestial Pestilence shortly thereafter, and that was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
In a while. Celestial we did, Dan technically knew her as a band. But the first record, he wasn't around, and I had done it before we talked with Unique Leader, and it was actually out. Like, I had done just a digital distribution where you just pay like a small fee for the year, and then get the iTunes and all that stuff, and that's how Unique found us. And they were like, can you pull all that stuff out, and we'll just re-release it to the label. So that's how that started.
Wow. Nice. And, I mean, do you guys feel like you've grown as musicians in those 4 years from the first album to the second?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, just the writing process for this, that was a new experience, for both of us. Like Alex said, I wasn't around. How it all came to be is, like, my old band, Fury Never Fades, and Lord of War, like, we were doing shows together all the time, and then Lord of War needed another guitarist, and I was like, yeah, like, I'll do it, sounds cool, and then we got signed, and then it got more serious. Yeah, but, like, for me, though, personally, like, I didn't write in Fury at all. Like, there was this other guy, Josh, and that project is still going, by the way. Fury Never Fades, that's a whole other subject that's going to kick a lot of ass. Yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, so there's more to come. But anyways, but yeah, like, it was new for writing for me, and then we just started, like, coming up with riffs, and it was really kind of crazy how it came together, because we were complementing each other's ideas so well. And it was awesome, because we'd never experienced anything like that before. Yeah, it's really easy to get through writing songs.
Nice. So, I mean, since, obviously in those 4 years, music couldn't be like your main source of income. You weren't touring all the time. So what did you guys do in the meantime? Like, it's just something a little off topic, So I like to know what people do when they're not being rock stars,
Begging for change. Yeah. We actually were touring quite a bit. It's just we were nobody, so nobody really knew. But we toured, I don't know, a good quarter of the year for the past 4 years. We toured like 3 or 4 months out of it, like consistently. Just no material, like out, like nobody was. It wasn't catching on. So, but yeah, personalized stuff like I don't know. It's like me, I'm doing call center. Yeah, there you go. Call center. God, dude, that sucks. Paying for the customer service. Yeah, that paid for a lot of the records. Like it was working for call centers. Like I'm doing this Postmates thing now. I don't know, like if you guys heard of it, but it's just doing deliveries, which is great for like the band because I don't have to check with the boss or anything about taking time off to tour. So if you're a musician out there, look into it. It'll it can help you.
I know that's like one of the hardest things for musicians to be able to like have a steady income when they're not touring and playing shows, like because you have to find ways to make to live while you're at home, and unless you're in the industry like doing other things in music, you kind of have to have like a normal job.
Absolutely, yeah, that's exactly how a lot of band members. Yeah, no, exactly. Like people. And we get it, like it's responsibilities, you got bills to pay, and being out on the road, like we're, not exactly fucking kill switch engage over here. Yeah, exactly. Like we got to cover the cost, of everything just to make the tour happen, and then everything else that goes into it. It's a tough gig, but we've been through a lot of member changes because of that, and it's understandable. Like we don't hold it against or anything. It's just you can't give up. I guess if you really want that, yeah.
That's important.
We really want.
I mean, everybody has to pay their dues. Everybody has to play hundreds of shows before something sticks, like you were saying. So I'm glad you guys stuck it out. I mean, it was 4 years since Celestial came out, and what prompted that return to the studio?
Well, we knew we had to make a move in some way, and like originally, it wasn't even a plan to make like a new album. We didn't even think of that. We just wanted to record like maybe like an EP or something and see where it went. And then we presented that idea actually to the label, and he was like, "No, I'm not really interested in like putting out. I don't want your EP. Yeah, he's like, I don't want an EP, man. It's like you guys are gonna record. He's like, do a fucking album. Yeah. And so then we're like, okay, let's do an album. It really turned into like doing more of an album once we met with Dan Castleman, because he agreed to like do the EP, and then when we started tracking like 1 or 2 songs, he was like, "So we're doing a fucking album, right? This shit killed." Yeah. He was like excited to keep going. Yeah. Nice.
And you have a guest vocalist. You have Nick Arthur from Molotov Solution, and he was in the revisit of your single off of Celestial called Hominoptera, right?
No, he's on a different track. Yeah, no? Like we didn't make it until it was just on Next to Hate. And how that came to be was with Kelly Cairns, because he recorded with Molotov Solution, and he's like, like my buddy Nick, he would totally do it, and we're like, hell yeah, like we looked up to him for a long time, like that'd be awesome.
Nice. And the cover art was done. Yeah. And who was the cover art done by?
A guy named Colin Marks, done like Croptic and Whitechapel, and fucking a lot.
Yeah, no, he's worked. He's done Whitechapel, Silosis, Origin, Suicide Silence, like all kinds of great album covers by that guy.
Yeah, he's a really, really good artist. And I agree with him. Thank you, Colin. Yeah, glad to hear that. Yeah, shit. Yeah, we did. About a year, he waited for us to come through on that, but it worked out. It worked out. Nice. So yeah, he's an extremely cool guy.
I really enjoy the cover. I liked how you posted on Facebook. You had like a couple of different versions that he had presented to you before you guys finalized the one that you wanted. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah, like that. I think we post like everything on Facebook, like all the pages and everything, and also like some additional things like he designed for like a T-shirt and all that stuff. We just wanted to show that off. But yeah, he really nailed like the realism. That's what we're into too. Like we like the realism thing. Like a lot of like metal stuff you see is like kind of cartoony, and it's not as serious. We wanted a serious album cover, So he knocked that out of the park, I think.
Nice. I read that you like some of your interests include intelligence, life outside of Earth, and stuff in our galaxy. So how does that translate into your music?
Yeah, a lot of our songs are about extraterrestrial. Yeah, like different sci-fi on conquest. To like basically destroy us. Celestial vessels with giant ominous space myths that ate everything that's fast. It's just like literally like sci-fi story. Yeah, we're all about that kind of stuff. Same kind of shit with the new album. There's just like each track's a different alien that's just trying to fuck you off. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to think about that kind of stuff, and we're also huge fans of like sci-fi. Like you gotta love Star Wars. I love Star Trek, Stargate. Yeah, like huge into that stuff. Yeah. No, nerds over here. Yeah. Guilty.
Nice. So I'm sure you've already seen Beyond multiple times.
Yeah. Beyond. Yeah. We are aliens, actually.
Rad. So for those fans who are just tuning in, we've had Lord of War here with us. We have Alex and Dan, and we're talking about their latest record called Suffer, which released through Unique Leader Records earlier this month. And if you guys haven't checked it out, there's a lyric video that is a self-titled track for the record. It's Suffer, and it was really cool how Metal Hammer premiered it last week on their website.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, they said some really nice things about you too. Like, let me just read what they said. Suffer absolutely trounces all comers with an exhilarating blend of ultra-modern brutality, irresistible grooves, chilling atmospherics, and some startlingly refined and mature songwriting. That was freaking awesome. I was just like, boom, I need to quote that for my interview.
Hell yeah, that's way cool. The writer Metal Hammer for that, like, he's in love with it. Like, yeah.
A little bit of a bromance.
Yeah, going on. But yeah, he's expressed his interest in us, and been wanting to do a piece on us for a long time and stuff, so he was really, really helpful with getting us and stuff like that, so we're really thankful for that. Yeah, apparently we're going to be in the magazine next month or something like that, yeah. Which is huge, like I remember like reading Metal Hammer when I was a kid. Yeah, exactly. And now we're in it. Like, yeah, I don't know, it's insane.
Awesome.
But yeah, John's super stoked. He's trying to get us over to Europe. That's another huge goal of ours, just to get over, overseas. Something that we've been working towards forever. So hopefully, with this kind of thing, these kind of things happening, might be more of a possibility now.
Nice. And then there's two more videos that fans can check out on YouTube, which I totally recommend you guys doing. There's also Nexus of Hate, and that's the one that's featuring Nick Arthur from Molotov Solution. And there was the official playthrough for Embryo, which I love my lead singers, don't get me wrong, but it's really interesting to be able to focus just on the guitarists, like see their fingers like just move up and down the fretboard. I think it's great. So I thought that was really neat that you guys let us see that in a well done compilated video.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. We for that one we wanted to do something different. We see a lot of people doing playthrough videos and they're just like in their room or like out in the forest or something, and yeah, it's very stationary. There's not a whole lot of life to it. Really lifeless. Which is cool and everything, like, you gotta respect, because then you're just looking to see what they're doing, but for this, we wanted to set an atmosphere that was a little darker, and do something more along the lines of, like, a music video, almost. Yeah, it's like a mini music video, just featuring two guitar players. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun, and we're planning to do more of that kind of stuff as well.
Cool. That's awesome. So, that's awesome. I enjoy the videos, and I hope you do more of those, because you're right. It was exactly different than most of the playthroughs that I've seen, and I think that's what captivated me. Yeah. So, and you guys also were very generous, and you posted the entire record Suffer on YouTube for the fans to listen. So I thought that was really awesome of you guys, and I've noticed a lot more bands doing it and just kind of like being more generous, like, here, listen to the music, and if you like it, buy it. That's kind of the premise.
Yeah, that was a marketing strategy from Unique Leader. They've been doing that with a lot of their releases. They like to do it like the week of or the week before. It actually hits stores to just promote it. Like exactly like you said. Hopefully somebody will check it out and say, like, I really like this. Like, I like to own a physical copy of this. It definitely is a unique marketing strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with streaming nowadays, like, I think that's just the industry needs to catch up. Like, they're still relying too heavily on, like, first week sales and, actual, CD release sales as opposed to, like, digital downloads or streaming off of, like, YouTube or Spotify. Like,
yeah, that old rhetoric that needs to die immediately. It makes it tough for us. It really does. Yeah. Everything's streaming, And the reality too, like I was going to mention, it's just like we noticed there, like as soon as the album was released, there was a ton of torrent sites. Yeah, it's already, so it's kind of cool that like if you don't want to get pirate version, they're like listen to it on YouTube. Yeah. And then hopefully you'll like it enough that you'll want to own a physical copy. Yeah, and we're not going to like hate against people that download our album. Yeah, no. It's like it's free promotion. Yeah, it's cool. Like you're jamming a record and hopefully telling your friends. Like that's awesome. You know our music today, maybe you'll buy a T-shirt at a show tomorrow. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it helps if you can buy a record, definitely for numbers and record labels and all that kind of stuff. But it is what it is.
Rad. So, I'm really stoked that this album finally came out, and you guys were saying you guys were trying to work on Europe. Is there something a little bit more concrete that you guys can tell the fans about? Any future plans, tours, events?
I mean, there's been some offers, but nothing has come through yet. And it's also, getting over there and stuff like that, it's a big task. But we just have a new manager and stuff like that. He's got some great connections, and I think it's going to make it a lot more realistic to make that happen. God. So, it's still in the works, yeah. But we have a lot of people asking, like, especially overseas. I mean, all the time. They're like, when are you going to make it over here? Some kid from Russia was just asking me, like, when you're going to make it over there. Yeah, no. We'll be over there tomorrow, man. But, yeah, it'd be awesome, though. Like, that would be the dream come true. And we've had so many friends that are, like, currently doing it or have done it, and they love the scene over there, and, we're really looking forward to experiencing that.
Nice. I mean, I know you guys, I saw a flyer. You guys have a show with Archspire on August 17th. Where is that going to be at?
Yeah. Going to be at D Piazzas in Long Beach.
Nice.
And those guys are real good friends of ours.
Say hi to them for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Totally will.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you guys want to tell the fans? I feel like we got a lot covered in the last 20 minutes. And we've talked about, the production of Suffer, where you guys have been before, in the 4 years since the first album to now. And it's just, I feel like you guys have grown a lot and still have yet a lot more to grow. Like, your potential is only, getting bigger and bigger.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's what we're trying to go for. We just want to keep it going and just keep progressing. That's the thing, and keep putting out, heavy music. Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people say that exact thing, like, oh, we're going to keep progressing, and they're regressing. That's what it is. Like the bands that used to be titans of playing really intricate or crazy heavy music are playing power chord and quinting. And that's totally cool if you want to do that shit, but just make a new band. Like, yeah, some of it's a little out of hand. All the people are like, oh, we're progressing in the town. Like, no, you're sticking a trend. You play shit you think people want to hear it, but the reason they fell in love with you in the first place is what you're originally playing. So it's just fucking, yeah, and then you're going to piss those people off, and it's just, I don't know. We're definitely not going to be a band like that. We want to continue to make, brutal fucking music. Yeah. Staying around.
Sweet. Definitely, man. I support you. And is there anything how about your do you guys have a website up yet?
We do. There's Lord of War Metal, but we're still in the process of getting, like, all the content, like, uploaded to all that. Like, I think it's just the cover page right now.
Okay.
It does exist. Yeah, best way to go right now is Facebook. like we're always posting on there, and Instagram, we're always updating that. That's going to have links to like everything too. Also, like if you're interested in buying a record or any merchandise, it's all through Indie Merch. All three of the videos that we have out all have links to all of our social media and all of our merchandise. Absolutely.
Rad. Awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to do this interview with me. We have a brand new song to premiere off of Suffer. It is called Embryo, and I would really like to play that right now.
All right. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you would like to tell the fans?
Stay heavy. Hopefully you like what you hear. Yeah, come out, see the show. Exactly, guys. See us on tour when we're out there, and let's hang out and get crazy.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, fans, you guys have heard it. This was Lord of War. We just had Dan and Alexx here with us for the last 20 minutes. If you missed out on this interview, it'll be posted to the IPO Radio SoundCloud as well as the Mischief Madness SoundCloud. And we're going to premiere this song off of their album Suffer, and it is called Embryo. Hope you guys enjoy.